tables. Is some audible?
Yes.
Okay. So did you all remember what we have completed in our yesterday session? What we completed was?
DynamoDB.
Yes, correct. We have completed the DynamoDB. So DynamoDB is a SQL database or NoSQL database?
NoSQL database.
Yes, it's a NoSQL database. And DynamoDB is a serverless or it's a server database, server based. It's a serverless or server based. Yes. I said yesterday, it's a serverless, remember? And it is a public service. And we have also discussed what is partition key and sorted key, sort key. And there are two types of consistency. One is the eventual consistency and strong consistency. That also we have covered. And indexing. What is meant by indexing? We have covered the backup part. Theoretically, we have discussed. And indexing, I have mentioned. What is LSI, local secondary index, and the global secondary index? What is the difference between these two? And what is global table? That also we have covered. And theoretically, I have explained how we can import S3 to your DynamoDB or DynamoDB to S3, which is called export, right? So, yeah, relational database service and the DynamoDB from SQL and the NoSQL side we have covered. So today I will take two more topic, but first one is a small topic that I'm going to take, again theoretical one, which is ElasticCache. ElasticCache. So what is ElasticCache? Any idea what is ElasticCache? So remember, ElasticCache, it is also a fully managed in-memory data service which is offered by your AWS. ElasticCache also is a kind of a database I can call on this. It is a fully managed in-memory database actually. In-memory database provided by your AWS cloud. So here, this ElasticCache, it is going to use some caching solution. It is going to use some caching technology to improve your database performance and scalability. For that, it is going to use some caching solution. If someone is asking, hey, can you tell me what is the two important open source memory caching engine? So Elastic Caching engine, which is nothing but memcached. It is one of the system which is using this ElasticCache, memcached, and another one is the famous one, which is called Redis. This popular databases is Redis and memory cache. Memcached, we can call on this. These two popular caching databases. It is using ElasticCache. It is using an ElasticCache. Guys, remember ElasticCache It is one of the, mechanism that's to improve or that's to boost your existing database, guys. To boost, I can say existing. Suppose I need to increase the RAM memory. I need to boost the performance of your RAM memory. Then you can go for this ElasticCache. It's a feature which is available from your AWS cloud. Thereby we can able to improve. We can improve the performance and scalability. So what is mean by caching? Right? What is caching? So suppose consider like we have an app, we have web application. We have a web application, and basically user will interact with the web application, right? We are all interacting with Amazon, Flipkart, but every web application has the backend layer, which is your database. Consider like suppose the company, they are using RDS, relational database service, from your AWS cloud, and you are trying to say for an example, if you are searching one product, what will happen? From the database, from the UI, from the application, there will be query, will feed it into your RDS. Thereby, if there is a information related to searching, right? Suppose if you are searching a mobile, what will happen? From the front end, that will be connected to your RDS. The RDS will populate the data and it will give it to you. This is what is happening, right? This in between, right? There is a connectivity, which is called DBC, database connectivity. Suppose if they are using the Java, it is called Java database connectivity. If you are using the Python, they are call it as Python database connectivity. But what is happening? Whenever you search any product, there will be a query is going from your application to the database. It's a normal. It is a normal, right? But suppose consider like you are trying to log in this particular application. For that, you need a username and password. But the next time, when you use the username and password, again you have to use it, right? Again you have to use it. Every time when you log into your application, you have to give the username and password. But suppose this database or this company has a caching technology, what will happen? Say they are using ElasticCache. Now, instead of, say for an example, you are searching some product here or you are trying to log into this particular application, right? If you are trying to give username and password and you can able to connect through this UI and you are searching the product, what will happen? This username and password, it will be stored in your cache memory. Because next time if you are logged in, right, it will not go to your RDS engine and it will not check your username and password. It will take quite long time. So in order to save the time, what the application will do? Now the application will not refer the RDS, it will refer the ElasticCache. Because there is a cache memory that will store your credential and all. Every time if you are logged in, when you go for the query, it will take some time. So in order to save the time, in order to increase the performance of the system, what the company will do, they will create some separate memory, which is called ElasticCache, right? First time, when you hit the ElasticCache, there is a cache miss. When I say cache miss, this credential is not available. Thereby, it will refer your RDS. But the next time onwards, your credential is available in the ElasticCache. This is called as cache hit. Maybe I will tell you. See. So what I mean, suppose there is an application. It is your Amazon application, Amazon web application. And this web application is connected with your database. Consider this is an RDS. And the user is trying to provide username and password, right? In order to log into this particular application. Now, what will happen? Instead of it is going to RDS, right? Instead, it will go to the ElasticCache. It will check whether do you have any username and password to validate. But initially, there is a cache miss. Because there is no data in it. There is no credential in it. So thereby, now it will refer your RDS. Your application will query RDS. And it will check whether username and password is correct. Then that it is correct, then user will get the response. He can able to see the home page now. He can able to see the home page. But the next time onwards, when you log in, it will not refer the RDS. This time it will refer ElasticCache. It means that catch it. And it will give you the response. Thereby user can able to see the home page. The first time only there is a catch means that's the reason it is referring RDS. And this credential will be cached inside your memory called ElasticCache. Why people they are going for this one? Because every time I need to rely on RDS, right? Thereby it will query, it will take some time, maybe a millisecond or microsecond. It will take it. So in order to save the time, so there is a memory called ElasticCache memory. So the famous databases like Redis and Memcache and all, it is using this ElasticCache. So even you can boost your different databases which is provided by your AWS with help of ElasticCache for faster response. Correct. For faster response only we are going for. That's the reason I said to boost your existing RAM memory or existing database performance. We can go for this ElasticCache technology. So ElasticCache, it is to speed up application, web application, including a different platform. So we can improve the application performance. We can reduce the database workload because instead of directly hitting your RDS, we can go for your ElasticCache where we can hit. So it's a powerful caching solution that's to improve the performance and scalability of web application by simplified the management which has your ElasticCache. Are you clear, guys? What is ElasticCache?
Yeah, Dinesh.
So ElasticCache also. Please do not, guys. I'm getting echo. Yep. So I will tell you one more scenario, guys. Later, I'm going to cover a topic called load balancer. Maybe in next few sessions, maybe we will start what is load balancer. There are different load balancer available. Application load balancer, and we have a gateway load balancer, right? There are different load balancer we are going to cover. Right? See, now consider suppose if you have a web application. You have an application. This is your web app. Now, what we are doing directly, we are launching your web application with help of your IP address or DNS. But in real time, your web application that will be hosted not in a single server. It will be hosted on different servers. What I mean, maybe your company or AWS will have a concept called automatic scaling group. Auto scaling group, we can call on this. So thereby, they have created a many servers. Using the auto scaling group, we can able to provide the number of servers. We can increase or decrease the number of servers. What will happen? Your web application will be hosted on some particular server. Suppose if there is a user, he is trying to log into the particular application, Amazon. Now, what will happen in between? There is a load balancer. What this load balancer will do, when it will see, is there any server is free? Say, suppose this server is free. Now, what will happen? This will connect to this particular server, and thereby we can able to connect to this particular web application, and it will read the particular database. Now, suppose one more user is trying. Suppose this particular database is engaged. This server is engaged. What will happen? Immediately the load balancer will connect to this particular server, and this will connect to this web application, and we can able to connect to this particular database. So in order to give the high availability, the company, they will have the load balancer. What the load balancer will do? It will split your request, or it will allow your request onto the particular server based on the number of usages. Suppose if your number of users is increased, This automatic scaling group, it will increase the number of server. Suppose if your user got reduced, based on that, number of server will be decreased. Who is allocating the server? Who is deallocating the server? Which is done by the automatic scaling group, auto scaling group. But who is distributing? Who is connecting to that particular server with the help of a load balancer? It is a concept. Anyway, I am going to cover later. Now, in this case, suppose, say for an example, you are trying to log into your application. Now you are calling the load balancer. What this load balancer will do, it will check which server is free now. Yes, this server is free. When this server is free, yeah, I can give the username and password. I can able to connect to this web application. Now suppose the company, again, after maybe 1 hour, you are trying to log in your application once again. Now this time this server is not available. Now what will happen? Maybe this server is free. Now it will try to here, right? But where is username and password? Username and password, it is available here. But now we are using another server. It is not having that particular username and password. Once again, you have to give the username and password, and thereby you can able to connect to this particular web application. Now suppose if you are calling a next time, again, which server is free? That server only can connect to the particular web application, right? That's the problem. That's the reason what company they will do, they will create one ElasticCache. This ElasticCache is connected by multiple databases. Thereby, when user is trying to log in, that time it will refer the ElasticCache. It will refer the ElasticCache. Any server you can able to connect, you don't know who is allocating. Automatic scaling group, that only increasing or decreasing the number of server. Here we are not playing any role. So now where is your credential? It is not storing on individual server. This time it is storing on ElasticCache. So thereby you will get the faster performance. You can able to speed up your thing also. So load balancer and automatic scaling group, I'm going to cover. You guys just wait. Here, right after covering this load balancer, you will get to know that we are not hitting the directly a server. We are not directly hitting, say for an example, if you are typing http://amazon.in, that application is not only connected with one server, it may connected with a multiple server. Based on the free availability, the particular server will be connected. How? With the help of your auto scaling group and load balancer. Right? You are typing http://amazon.in, http://google.co.in. But you don't know, you don't think like it's a one server. It is a group of servers. Suppose if there is a fault failure on one server, what will happen? Immediately another server will be allocated from the auto scaling group. And each and every server, if it is storing the credentials, next time when you log in, you don't know, right, which server that you have connected. For that reason, there is an ElasticCache which has been connected with a multiple server. That's the reason today, many industry, they are using the Redis database. Why? For Elastic or for catching. You may think like, hey, suppose you have updated your username and password. Consider like you have updated your username password, but username password is not available in the database, right? Sorry, in Redis, right? In cache, right? Because you have updated to the database, but this cache doesn't know. It is already taken your username and password from the already hit, right? So this time there is a concept called time to live. So you have to set in AWS cloud. Maybe after every half an hour you have to check your database. Or every 1 hour you have to check the database, or every 3 hours you have to check the database, or monthly once you have to check the database. Like that, you have to set some time to live. Everyone clear?
Dinesh, like the ElasticCache, for how long it will remember the username and password?
So it will, based on the time to live. It is very based on project to project. So the company, they will decide, the architect, they will decide based on the thing, based on operation, the company will decide how many hours we can keep it for time to live. We cannot tell any random number. We can't tell that one. Some company, they will use hour also, minute also. It will vary. It depends project to project. Are you clear?
Yeah, but the thing is, like, if a user is user wants to connect a web application, then the load balance will take care of that, check which server is available,
Yes.
and check connect to the web application to the
Yes.
server.
Yes.
So here it's okay, right, to provide the username and password. So the Elastic Cache.
Every time we have to give
Every
the
time we
username
have
and
to give
password,
the
right?
username and password, right? Okay.
So obviously,
Obviously,
Jaya, I'm getting it.
if okay, as if the credentials are auto saved, will like there won't be any problem, something like that. I was asking.
Here, there is a privacy issue. If you are using your mobile, at that time it will be having the privacy, right? It is all based on the privacy. So you have to take
I got it. I understood. Just like our mobile, like auto save or everything to sign up our
yes,
web applications.
yes. Not only like that. Not only like, see, suppose for an example, in your browser, if you're typing facebook.com, first time it will take some time. But the second time onwards, if you already log in your username and password, it is taking a quite small time, right, to log into that particular application. Did you notice that one? That is also because of Elastic.
Yeah, for the first time, if we are using an application, definitely it will take time. Next time onwards, it will come faster. So it is because of the Elastic Cache.
Correct.
Okay, got it. Thanks, Dinesh.
Yeah. Any more question, guys? Any doubt? Elastic cache memory? Yes. Please quickly confirm. Right. So no question. Okay. Right. So now we will step into another database. One of the important database for your interview point of view, which is RedShift. Which is a RedShift. What is RedShift? RedShift is also one of the database from your AWS cloud. Again, I cannot tell it is a database. It is a data warehouse. It is not a database. I can call it's a data warehouse service. RedShift is a data warehouse service. Remember, it is not a database service. It is a data warehousing service. For what? Database versus data warehouse. I will tell you. Please, someone, give me some time. I will tell you. So first of all, I will talk about a few more things with respect to RedShift, and then I will tell you. Right. So what I said, it's a data warehousing service. And to understand the data warehouse, first of all, we have to remember the two more terminology. One is called OLTP and another one is OLTP. OLTP and OLAP. It means that online transaction processing, versus online analytical or analysis, whatever it might be, analytical processing. So there are two terminology you have to remember. What is OLTP versus OLAP? Online transaction processing and online analytical processing. Remember, guys, OLTP, like suppose if we have a database, consider RDS is one of the database. Inside your database, suppose if you are storing some table, you can create the database and you can create the many tables here. Suppose if you are working with a banking web application or e-commerce web application or any web application, healthcare web application, whatever it might be. There are different web applications are there. Right? Every day in your company, there will be a transaction, right? maybe you will do some kind of recording, some kind of updating or retrieval the data in real time. Suppose if you are working with some sales system or order processing system or banking system or e-commerce system, whatever it might be, every day there is a transactional processing that might be updating or retrieving, whatever it might be, right? That time I need, there is a data consistency and accuracy. Whenever if you transfer some amount from your account to another account, there will be a consistency and accuracy, right? So that's nothing but online transaction processing. Suppose consider like there is an Indian bank and we have many branches, right? Say we have a Virupachipuram, we have a Pelacheri, we have a Kanjipuram. There are many branches. They have the local databases. In each branch, you know, they will maintain some separate databases, the local databases or local server. That we can call it as a transactional database. What is transactional database? Individual branches they are maintaining. It might be a banking system or sales system or order management system, whatever it might be. So where they will do the huge number of transactions. Every time the database will do some kind of operation on data. We will do the operation on your data every time, every day, every minute. It is called online transaction processing. OLTP is a system that is used for transaction processing. But on the other hand, we have a OLAP. On the other hand, we have a concept called OLAP, which is called online analytical processing. Online analytical processing. What is this one? It is only for analytical purpose. It is only for analysis. It is not for transaction. It is for analysis. Suppose if we go for trend analysis, hey, you know, right? Suppose if you are searching some product in Google, you will get that particular product, you know, in your Facebook. You can see that particular product in your maybe YouTube. You can find the same product in your Instagram also, but you search in Google. How the data is populating on different platforms. See, suppose you are searching some product in Amazon, and if you are not paying the money, what will happen? You will get immediately from the Amazon, hey, this product is available now. Hey, this product is having 20% discount. Hey, this product is launched now. Come soon and get it. Like that, you know, how you are getting that one. So every company, you know, every company, they will maintain different transactional database. And at the end of the day, suppose consider like there is a company called Amazon. They have 100 branches. And in each branch, there is a transactional database is only for transactional purpose. At the end of the day, all the database data, you know, that will be populated into, that will be stored into a single server, which is called as warehouse. It's a central hub. Every data from different server that will be stored into the single server, which is called as a data warehouse. Why they are storing the data into single place? Because for analysis, they will see how the company is growing, what is the profit, what is the loss, how can I improve my business, how can I take the decision for next business, how can I run my tomorrow work, right? Everything they will detail explanation, detailed chart, detailed report they need, right? For that, they are finally storing the data into some warehouse, which is called data warehouse. For what? For forecasting. For storing the historical data, we can able to run our business very smooth. Without a data, without doing any kind of decision, how can I run the business as succeed? Right? So for that reason only we have a OLAP. OLAP is nothing but a online analytical process. Are you getting my point? What is transactional database and analytical database? Yes, sir. Guys, can you confirm? What is
OLTP understood. This analytical, can you please explain again?
Yeah, what I'm saying, Jaya, say suppose you have a data in your individual server. Consider like this is maybe consider this is your the main bank, main or central bank. This central bank has multiple stores or multiple branches. Say this is branch number 1. branch number 1 server. And we have a branch number 2. This is another server. And we have a branch number 3. This is my third server. Right? This server, it will store that particular branch details. Any detail. This server will store that particular branch details. Maybe consider like this is a local server. In every branch, there is a local server. There is a local server. Now, at the end of the day, what you need to do, whatever the data that you have from B1, B2, and B3, that you have to store it on some central repository, central hub, or central server. It is the main server. Consider like this is the main server where you need to save the data. So here you can see the B1 data along with the B2 data and B3 data. So this where you have a huge amount of data, right? For what? For what? For analytical purpose. Why I need to do analytical? See, suppose if you are running e-commerce or Flipkart or any application that you are running, you need to know, right? What is the profit? What is the loss? And how my business is running? Which product the customer they are utilizing more? Finally, you need to prepare some chart, right? You need to prepare some kind of a reports. For what? For what I need to generate the report, for what I need to prepare the chart. Then only I can able to take my business as succeed, right? I need to analyze my data. Suppose if some product is not going well, what I can do? I can give some 30% discount, right? Say for an example, some product, even I have a huge number of product in my bucket, but it is not sold. Then what I need to do? I need to give some discount for particular card, or maybe for entire product, I can give some great sale. Right? Then how you will get this information and all? Only if you do the analysis on the data. For that reason, there is a concept called OLAP. Jaya, are you getting? What is OLTP and OLAP?
Yeah. For reporting purpose, like to know what exactly the profits and losses and everything.
Yes, exactly. Correct. To make some decision. The company, they will do some kind of decision. Thereby, they will take their business as succeed. Everyone? Everyone good so far? What is OLTP and OLAP? So, now if you ask me, what is RedShift? I said RedShift is the data warehouse, I said. RedShift is the data warehouse service. Guys, and one more question, you guys asked, what is the difference between database and data warehouse? See, if you go for the database, it is a place where you can store your data. Where you can, 1 minute. Where you can store your data in a structured manner. Think of it like where we can store the different type of information, like name, addresses, and phone number. Whatever the data that you have, you can able to store with help of a database. Thereby, we can able to retrieve the data, right? But if you go for data warehouse, it is a large and specialized database. It is a very big database that is to design, to support a business intelligent activity. Like it is used to store and analyze your large amount of data from different sources. Say, suppose there is a concept actually available. Maybe I will tell you, no issues. Listen. There is a concept. Listen. Suppose you have your data in different sources. Consider your data is available in some SQL database. And you have a data in ERP tool. Some ERP tool has some data. And suppose if you have a data in some CRM, or you have data in the form of files, or images, or video, or audio, your data is available in the form of different places. So consider like this is a data source. It is a data source. Your data is available in the form of different format and different places. Now what will happen? This data, you can store it in a simple place or single place. for your analytical, which is called as a data warehouse. Which is called as a data warehouse. There are different tools are available in the market for data warehouse. One of the tool is Snowflake. Snowflake is one of the data warehouse. Snowflake. And AWS, we have a RedShift. RedShift is one of the data warehouse. So wherever you are getting the data, that you can save it. You can store it. How? Before that, there is a process, guys. What is the process name? ETL. I don't know whether you know or not. ETL is nothing but extract, transform, transformation, and load. It means that here you have a data, right? In SQL and ERP and CRM and files, your data is distributed in the different format, in different places. What this ETL developer they will do, there is a position called ETL developer. What this guy will do, he will extract the data from the different sources and he will transform and that will be loaded into the data warehouse. Data warehouse, you can consider, database is like a library, guys, where we can find and check our individual book. But data warehouse is like a research library, where you can find and analyze a large amount of data from different sources in order to, analyze any complex question and all. This is and all transactional databases, but this is analytical database, only for analytical. How I can run my business, for that I need a data. You just doing the analysis part in this particular data warehouse. So database is a place where we can store a data in a structured manner, but data warehouse is a large and specialized database which is for analytical. To analyze your large amount of data from the different sources. For that we need the data. It is called as a data migration also. In real time, this process is also called as the data migration. You are, suppose company, they will use the RDS. Now, if they have a huge amount of data, if they want to do the analytical, what they will do? They will migrate to some warehouse, which is called RedShift. RedShift. So the main difference is RDS is the transactional database. RedShift is the data warehouse. RDS is for transactional purpose. RedShift is for analytical purpose. Only for analytical. To analyze your data. Are you clear what is data warehouse? Yes or no?
Yes, Dinesh.
Okay. Okay. So if someone is asking, hey, can you tell me what is RedShift? You can tell two words. One is the data warehousing service and it's a data analytical service. And it is related to OLAP. It's an analytical database. Remember, analytical database. So what is data warehouse? Data warehouse is a centralized repository or centralized database which contains a huge amount of data for your analytics. For your analytics. Can someone tell me, like, unmute and tell me, why do I need to do the analysis? What's the purpose of analytics? Why should I analyze my data? Why should I analyze my data?
To know where the company is standing.
Exactly. Yes. Right. So if I analyze only, I can able to tell which product I'm not able to sell, which product I need to sell, and how can I run my business, how to improve the system performance, what kind of thing I need to introduce, everything. I will get it once if I can able to analyze the data. For that, we need to store the data. Where I am storing? With help of a data warehouse. How I am going to analyze? How I am going to show some kind of report? That and all, it is an advanced, right? You know, right? The Tableau developer, Power BI developer, SSRS. Like that, we have many developers. We have many tools. Using the tool, we can able to generate different kind of reports. We can able to generate some kind of. Maybe I can show you some diagram I have taken actually for you guys. Let me show. Yeah. So can you able to see this image? Guys, can you able to see this image?
Yes, Dinesh.
See, here, we have a different thing, right? See, your data is available in different places. Maybe your data is available in operational system or ERP or CRM or SQL or flat file system. I'm not sure where you have a data. It is called data sources. What the company they will do, there is a ETL developer role. What this ETL developer they will do, they will extract this individual data from the different sources and they will transform and they will load it into the data warehouse. Data warehouse, it's a big database where you can see the huge amount of data for analysis. How they are analyzing? With the help of some kind of tool. Right hand side, can you see? OLAP analysis tool, data mining, data visualization, different report, different dashboard and alerts. Like that, they will do some kind of thing. But our portion is, I need to store the data from the different sources into the particular place, which is called data warehouse. I'm talking about one of the data warehouse tool, which is nothing but a RedShift. RedShift is a data warehouse tool. Are you getting my point?
Yeah, Dinesh.
Fine. Right. Let me share my screen and I will sign into the console. Okay. Yeah, what happened? Right. Now see, in search bar, you can search ElasticCache. You can find it ElasticCache. ElasticCache. Can you see? ElasticCache is a in-memory cache. It will catch your memory. ElasticCache, it will launch and manage and scale your distributed memory cache. It provides a high performance, reliable and cost memory in memory cache while removing the complexity associated with. Right? We have a Redis and memory cache engine. ElasticCache works with the both for Redis and cached engine. Most of the company they are using the Redis, as per my understanding. So if you click on get started, yeah, you can able to create a ElasticCache and all. But okay, I'm not going to give you any practical session. And directly I can go for Redshift, Amazon Redshift. Click on this. And if you ask me Redshift is for your SQL server or no SQL server. Remember, it's for SQL server. It is for NoSQL. For NoSQL, we have another tool which is called Data Lake. We have another tool available which is called Data Lake. Using the Data Lake, we can support your maybe a NoSQL databases. NoSQL database. But if you go with the Redshift, Redshift is the structured database. Redshift is the structured database. So it means that SQL database. Consider like your relational database engine. Right. So Redshift. Okay. Not this one. I think this one. 1 minute, please. Something got changed. What happened? Okay, better directly, you can go for the cluster. I think they have introduced some new things here. Fine, no problem. Fine, no problem. So this is option. Yes, this is option. Okay. Directly you can go for a cluster. Guys, you know, right? S3 means a bucket. EC2, it is an instance. In the same way, if we go with the Redshift, we can be able to create the cluster. Cluster means a collection of server. Collection of servers, we can be able to create it with the help of your Redshift. Right? Say, suppose I will give some name here. Say Redshift -, cluster -1. That okay, fine. If you want to give some other name, you can give it. That's your wish. And here you have to select a node type actually. Here you have to select the node type. Choose a node type that meets your CPU. Did you remember in EC2 instance, we have given instance, right? In the same way, here you have to give the node type. Node means instance, both are same, almost the same. And here you can give. But before that, I'm expecting you should understand the pricing also. So just to try to understand what is the pricing option which is provided by your Redshift. Redshift pricing. Pricing from your AWS. I will go to the documentation. So using the Redshift, where is this? Free tier. Yes, here. Amazon Redshift, free tier. If you have never used Amazon Redshift, you are eligible for 300 credit within a 90 days expiration toward your compute and storage. In a region where Amazon Redshift service is not yet available, customer can start a free trial for provision eligible. So you are eligible for a 2-month free trial for our DC2 large node. Which node? DC2 large node, remember. So here you can select DC2 large node. This is the free tier eligible. So you are eligible for a 2-month free tier DC2 large. Remember, don't select other thing. If you select, you will be chargeable. Right. So number of node you need. Enter the number of node that you need. You can select how many cluster that you want. I said, right, cluster means group of server. I said group of node. I said. So how many cluster that you want? Suppose I need 1 server. Yeah, you can create it. Suppose if you need 100 server, yeah, you can create it. Right. But we are not eligible. It is giving 1 to 32 only. So I am giving 30 node. Yeah, we can able to create it. But I need to pay. So as of now, I will give 1. So even can you see here? $180 per month estimated on demand compute to save more than 60% of your cost. This is what I'm confusing. It means that my account got expected. I'm not sure. Looking for a free trial. Try Redshift service. First customer.
use default settings. 1 minute. Namespace they have given. Something associate time role. Okay, let me save this configuration. Okay. It may take a few minutes. After completion, you can work with your data. I think they have introduced some new feature. That's the reason it is taking time. We'll see. Wait. Any doubt with respect to OLTP and OLAP? And what is data warehouse? What is data analytical service? Why do we need the Redshift? Where is a transactional database or analytical database? Any question on this? Guys?
Okay, Dinesh.
There? No doubts? So better, let's see practically later. Before that, I will tell you what I'm going to do as part of my demo. See. What I will do now actually, as part of our practical session, the first demo I'm going to give, demo number 1. So demo number 1, first of all, you must know how to create the cluster. How to create the cluster. When you go with your AWS. Cluster means group of server that we are going to create as part of your Redshift server. Using the Redshift data warehouse, I'm going to tell you how to create the cluster. First demo. And the demo number 2 is, we'll try to understand how we can integrate your RDS and your Redshift. Sometime, the company, they will do the migration. Say, suppose I have one server which is MySQL. MySQL is an RDS server, right? From your MySQL engine, which is available on your RDS. Now, what I need to do, I need to transfer this particular data. Say, consider you have created one table, which is called a person table. You have a person table inside your RDS engine. Now, what I will do, I am going to transfer a data person table from this RDS to your Redshift. For what? Why do I need to transfer your data from your RDS to data warehouse?
To analyze.
Tell me someone why?
To analyze the data.
Can someone tell me why do I need to transfer your data from the MySQL to the data warehouse? What is the purpose?
To analyze the data.
Yes, I'm asking the question. You need to answer.
To
Tell me.
analyze the data.
Why I should transfer your data from RDS to warehouse? Why I need this migration?
Dinesh, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah, I was talking to analyze the data.
exactly. Correct, Samuel. So in order to analyze your data. But if you want to extract this data from this one, and if you want to load this data into the data warehouse, in between, we required one engine. We need one engine. That engine name is AWS Glue. Remember, in AWS, we have one of the service called AWS Glue. AWS Glue is one ETL engine, guys. It is one of the ETL engine. Using this ETL engine, you can able to transfer. Guys, am I audible first? Can you hear me, everyone?
Yes.
Aman,
Yes,
Sambil,
yes.
Avanch, am I audible?
You're audible, Dinesh. When we are talking, maybe you're not able to get some time.
Only Samuel is replying. Others?
Dinesh, I'm talking actually. You're not able to hear. Hello.
Not able to hear you
Dinesh.
guys. 1 minute. 1 minute. Guys, can you talk now? Am I audible?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can able to hear.
Okay, fine. From that time onwards, we are giving the answer, but maybe you're not able to hear.
Yeah, I'm not able
fine.
to hear you.
We are able to hear you.
Okay. See, so in between, we have an engine called AWS Glue. What this ETL engine will do? It will extract the data from the RDS database. It will extract the data, and there is no loading, the transforming concept here, only loading concept. Once data is extracted, that will be loaded into the Redshift data warehouse. How? With the help of this ETL engine, which is called AWS Glue. So this is called as a migration process, data migration. Sometime in your company, you have some data in your MySQL. Maybe the company, they need that particular data into some other database. Can I able to migrate? Yes. How? With the help of this engine, which is called ETL engine, which is called AWS Glue from your AWS cloud. Thereby, we can able to transfer the data from the from the RDS to the Redshift cluster. From the RDS to the Redshift cluster. Any questions so far? Any questions so far?
No, Dinesh.
Guys, my screen is completely changed. It is not actually, not at all RDS RedShift. I think it is a new screen. I need to explore this one, or I need to check where that one. Let me give, tomorrow we will cover, guys, this practical session. Only theoretically you can learn it. Tomorrow we'll see practical. Fine. Okay. 1 minute. Where is that RedShift? RedShift. This one is RedShift.
It's okay, Dinesh. You just explore it. We'll do tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow we'll do it. So it got changed. Search engine got changed. We'll check tomorrow. Yep. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Dinesh. Bye-bye.